Now, there seems to be two personalities which are stealing the limelight at the UN, because the Modi-Trump bonhomie was on display yet again last night in New York after Houston. Now, this time it was in the form of a more formal meeting as the two leaders sat down for bilateral talks on the sidelines of the UNGA. Now, from comparing the Prime Minister to rockstar Elvis Presley to calling him the father of India, Trump was all praises for Prime Minister Modi, complimenting Prime Minister Modi for transforming a quote-unquote torn India. Trump told reporters that the Prime Minister should be called the father of India for bringing it together.
I remember India before, it was very torn. There was a lot of dissension, a lot of fighting, and he brought it all together. Like a father would bring it together. And maybe he's the father of India. We'll call him the father of India. I think that's not so bad. He's like an American version of Elvis. It's like we brought in the middle of an all-American deal. Elvis Presley came back. That was quite something. They love your Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Modi, who was accompanied by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale, thanked President Trump for coming to Houston.
मैं राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प का बहुत आभारी हूं कि ह्यूस्टन स्वयं समय निकाल करके आए, काफी समय दिया और अमेरिका में रहने वाले भारतीयों के लिए ये बहुत ही गर्व का अवसर था और मैं इसके लिए राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प का हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। हमारी नई सरकार बनने के बाद अभी 4 महीने भी नहीं हुए हैं, लेकिन मुझे राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प के साथ 3 बार मिलकर के अनेक विषयों पर बातचीत करने का अवसर मिला है। दुनिया का सबसे पुराना लोकतंत्र और दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लोकतंत्र, इसके बीच इस प्रकार की निकटता, सहजता और लगातार एंगेजमेंट, ये लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों में विश्वास करने वाले विश्व के लिए एक बहुत ही शुभ संकेत है। भारत, अमेरिका बहुत ही घनिष्ठ मित्र हैं और मूल्यों के आधार पर हमारी मित्रता हमेशा आगे बढ़ती चली जा रही है।
And so Prime Minister Narendra Modi also announced that the India-US trade will reach $60 billion, creating over 50,000 jobs. Let's listen into what the Indian Prime Minister had to say.
जहां तक ट्रेड का सवाल है, मुझे खुशी है कि मैं जब परसों ह्यूस्टन में था तो हमारे पेट्रोनेट ने वहां पर $2.5 बिलियन के इन्वेस्टमेंट के साथ एनर्जी सेक्टर में इन्वेस्टमेंट का एमओयू किया है और उसका परिणाम ये होगा कि आने वाले कुछ दशक में करीब $60 बिलियन का ट्रेड और करीब 50,000 लोगों के लिए जॉब, तो अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा इनिशिएटिव भारत ने लिया है। राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प मेरे तो मित्र है ही है, लेकिन भारत के बहुत एक अच्छे मित्र के रूप में आज भारत और अमेरिका बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और मैं राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प का फिर से एक बार धन्यवाद करता हूं।
Shortly after the bilateral concluded, PMO India tweeted a picture of Prime Minister Modi and Trump posing with a framed photograph of the two leaders together at the Howdy Modi event. The picture was handed to Prime Minister Modi as a present by Donald Trump. Notably, just ahead of the bilateral meeting, as Trump offered to mediate between India and Pakistan to resolve the Jammu and Kashmir issue, he said that it will be great if Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Khan can work something out on Kashmir. Meanwhile, on Pakistani terrorism, Trump said that Prime Minister Modi gave a loud and clear message.
Ultimately, I really believe that these two great gentlemen will get together and work something. I also, you mentioned Pakistan, but Iran would have to be at the top of the list because if you look at terrorist states, that's been the #1 for a long time. But I really believe that Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Khan, they get along. They will get along when they get to know each other, and I think a lot of good things will come from that meeting. Well, I mean, the message is not for me to give, it's for Prime Minister Modi to give, and I think he gave that loud and clear on the other day when we were together. He gave a pretty loud message, and I'm sure he'll be able to handle that situation. We'll have the larger deal down the road a little bit, but we will have a trade deal very soon. Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Khan, they get along, they will get along when they get to know each other, and I think a lot of good things will come. But I remember India before, and it was very torn. There was a lot of dissension, a lot of fighting, and he brought it all together. Like a father would bring it together. Crazy. That was like Elvis. That was like he's like an American version of Elvis. It was like we brought in the middle of an all-American deal. Elvis Presley came back. The relationship has never been better, I say, than it is right now between the Prime Minister, myself, India, and the United States. So it's a great honor to have you. Thank you very much.